of Total Warhammer 3. We are Drazhoath the Ashen. Chaos Dwarfs. Things are not great. They're good. We lost our hold with all of our good stuff in it. That's very bad. However, we have defeated almost all of the enemies that we need to defeat for our objectives. You know, there's just Grimgore that's left in. The very, very last of the dwarves here. So while we could come in and take this... Actually, I mean, yeah, we just... Hey, Tablet, how are you? Alright, so we need to... Alright, we can only do it at level 2. That's still better than nothing, right? And we get this pretty unique thing. Okay, so... Oh. Oh, okay. Excellent. Super excellent. This is a thing where you just hit it and you get magic reserves. Now, very few items in the game let you get that. So that is wonderful. So the implications of an item like this are that, and it's just green. That is so nutty. Because you use this ability however many times you want. And it also drains your enemy. So the implications of an item like this are that if you could just like stay away from your opponents, you would be able to have an incredibly large amount of magic, which I would happen to be able to leverage. This would be worth taking a wizard in my main army just to hold on to it to use the item because I need a better item for my main guy. Yeah, I'm doing just fine, Tablet. You know, I'm happy to be off work and living my dream of playing video games with my spare time. You know, it's every bit as good as I dreamed it would be. Right, this guy. Because even if they move here, both of them, you know, we'll wait a turn. Because we'll go here, and maybe that'll make him feel threatened. This is like a very beat-up army anyway. Okay, so he does have 2 regiments of renown and a wizard. I think... Oh, no. Okay, well, this has 3 giants and stuff. I mean, maybe we'd be able to deal with it. That's pretty scary. Yeah, that's 3 giants and then 2 gorgons, which are... These are all, like, big, punchy... Oh, never mind. Gorgons are monstrous... Gorgers are monstrous infantry. I had them confused with a different thing. It's still a bunch of scary things, but... You know... When the leader gets home, it's going to be a whole different dynamic. But we rolled some items together, and we did get... the other Trickster Shard, which y'all will be familiar with me calling it one of the best items in the game, so that'll be very good. It's going to let us do more damage anywhere we want to, you know, have the center of combat at. We're going to be able to significantly debuff the foes there. We got a couple more Talismans of Preservation as well. Upside down on money, but we should be able to make it work. And here we run away. Yeah, that's perfect. All right. Absolutely perfect. That's what we needed. So, there's still very high chaos attrition. The pirates attacked our buddies. You know, we're not going to worry too much about that. So, we knew that we were far enough away that they wouldn't be able to bring all their forces up. And now we've, you know, just convinced them to push away, and that's excellent. We're going to get hobgoblins here. How about you say you got a meal from a fast food place earlier and asked for a small one, and you were gonna not get any more than they gave to you? That's awesome. Yes, what a one. I hope the milkshake was good. We got 25% missile strength to all armies. Oh, it's just for 5 turns. I don't think that's to all the armies in the world. I think it's just all of my armies. It could be all of the armies in the world. Let's see. No, it's just mine, which is, you know, it's pretty good. Alright, so this army is 2 lead belchers, 4 giants and 2 warriors. This is all This is all very brutal stuff here. I mean, the thing is that... I mean, we could hopefully shoot him up. Alright, so... Oh, that's right. They, will underway over here, because we don't care about any land, really, except for our main place. We can go out and get materials to improve everything. I haven't played this faction before, but that's just sort of how it can go, and right now we are going to be able to finish off the dwarves, I think. Now, auto-resolving here would make me lose a bunch of my guys, so we're not going to do that. So prepare for a glorious siege. Alright, what do they have? Oh, it's going to be on the field of battle. Well, that should be engaging then. Alright, so it'll be 7 groups of Thunderers. So this is going to be the first battle that I have with basically my favorite thing in the game, which is the Iceforge Legion. So they don't have any flyers we don't need to worry about. Scarecrow banner. But anyway, yeah, let's just get to it. It says I'm not going to win that much. I think we're going to win pretty hard. But let's see how the battlefield map works out. The dwarves don't have artillery, and that is... The dwarves are very good at artillery, but they don't have any here. You know, these are the last armies of their people, which is very sad. I mean, not to my faction, the Chaos Dwarves, who, you know, have a difference of opinion, shall we say. But it's sad to me, a person who loves the dwarves. But what we have is a devastating amount of artillery. And their reinforcements, although they're good, they're going to have to try to close a vast distance. And all the while, we're just going to be lighting them up with the best artillery in the whole world. It's really rough stuff. When we open up here, it's gonna be very bad. And the thing is too is like this one here, this hell cannons normally only come in a unit of 1. This is an extra special one, so it's 4 of them. It's really good. It's the exact same thing as having 4 of them, only it's better in some ways. No, it's slightly different. It is very great. Alright, what we're going to do is just... You know, we need... You know, we need a nice big front line of stealthy guys. And, you know, it's going to be tricky for a bit, but we have an incredible wizard here. We still have access to, oh yeah, just like a ton stuff. We don't have the, it's not our own land, so we don't have the big old thing. But yeah, it should be fine. And also, one thing very good is we, you know, we've got the artillery. When we start shooting the artillery, you'll see why I'm excited about it. But so that's a couple of shots, right? That's just, this is what it looks like when the artillery opens up. It's really rough stuff. It's the most hardcore thing in the whole game. And we're getting hit by these flamethrowers. We're essentially immune to flamethrowers. Flamethrowers are good, but they chose, you know, they chose the wrong guy to shoot at. But yeah, this is so hardcore. These our artillery pieces are demolishing their units before they can get anywhere. Here, these grudge settlers come in, and they're going to get shot up by our 2 remaining units of hobgoblins, who are going to do very, very... Oh, my goodness. Oh, man. Oh, that's no way for a Slayer to die. And here, we want to just avoid the blasting charges if possible. It should be possible by charging in here. So this is going to be... And, you know, their army's going to stream in, and this one is already very nearly dead, right? That reminds me, he has 3 of these summons. We might as well use one right now. This is so rough. This is hardcore. Oh my goodness, this is the dream right here, right? To fight any army without artillery once you get this set up. I don't even have the best artillery that we have access to. But it is so very clearly a fair fight. The Iron Drake Grudge Settlers, oh man, yeah, they showed me what was what, though. They were a hyper dangerous unit on this battlefield, and I did not realize that they were right there. But now we've got them in melee, so that's okay. You know, they do that big fire damage. They do that big fire damage, which I'm super fire resistant on this Lord, but not like I'm immune. But we're going to do a big old spell here. All right, and now, yeah, this is... And we have abilities, too. Some of the most fun things you get is you can give more ammo to your dudes. And now, because it's 4 in the stack, they all get the same ammo pool. So each of them has, you know, 40 ammo, which is a ton of ammo anyway. And anyway, now this army is just the best. And oh my goodness, something got deleted. I don't know what that was. I hope that was the summon. I mean, you don't want to get too precious about anything that's not your artillery. You know, there's some stuff you do, but I've already lost all of my precious things. But yeah, see, the thing about Doom Cannons is they're like homing, they're like heat seeking. They'll go, or they will sometimes run into something, but often they'll just like spin around a wall. It's gross. They're super rough. All right, we're just going to hit them here and hit the Flames of Asgore. This is like 2 very, very big Slayer units, so even though they weren't isolated, I figured we could get away with it, and we did. Do we want to do that? No, not really. We want to... Yeah, the Thunderers are opening up. This is something we have to put some respect on. There are like 7 black powder units there. It's going to allow us to feast, probably, but it could also be the one thing that's going to put any damage at all on us, because as it stands right now, we are really putting the hurting on. You know, this is... They haven't even reached the front line, really. One of their guys got here enough to shoot up one of our... And you see there, like, how bad that explosive damage was, but this is what... You know, having an enemy that doesn't have artillery is all about. Oh my goodness. Hard stuff indeed to watch. For a lover of the Dawi, it's a difficult thing indeed. But you know, we'll get over it by drawing them into Fireglade Fire. Fireglade Fire, that's a way to talk about things. But the thing about these artillery pieces is they are really extraordinarily powerful, right? And you're limited in the amount that you can get, a little bit limited, but not in a way where you're limited on one single army at all. Like, one army, you can have enough artillery to live your dreams. Now, this is a very special artillery piece, but again, we only have 2 of these magma cannons, which are great. They're really great. But you could have more. No, I don't even... My love of balanced armies would dictate that even though we can do a thing like this and just absolutely delete the foe in this manner, that we should still have, you know, infantry. I could never build, like, an army without them. Riley already said, what do you think is the ideal army? What do I think is the ideal army for Rez? This is my first campaign with the Chaos Dwarves ever, actually. So I wouldn't be qualified to go. I would imagine a Dreadquake Mortar, the Regiment of Renown Doom Cannon, and then make me a Magma Cannon, and then probably like a lot of Infernal Guard Fireglaves, and then Blunderbusses to back them up. But I like to build armies that use, you know, the roster on the inside. So like I like to have. The reason I don't have Kadai Fireborn in this army is because I lost them, and I was never able to get them again. Do we sack for the labor? Yeah, we've got the movement here. And we get a quest to win the Major Ancestor Relic of Grimnir, which gives us, I mean, some stuff. Really, it would be very offensive to the dwarves to get it, and that would be fun. Okay, so there's several different quests to do. I've never seen this before. Okay. Blinded. Imbues all allies in range. That is insane. That effect is so good. So this helmet gives you maybe the best ability I've seen ever. It's like negative accuracy plus like a permanent big aura of Helmet Discord. All right, well. Okay, and then there's a couple more items that are amazing. Oh, we got short victory. I'm like, what happened? Okay. The major relic missions become available. Okay. Cool. So I guess now you just go and win like a huge battle, and then you get to get these items. I'm sure that there's something more to it, maybe in a different mode. But, yeah, I mean, a couple sweet battles. Because, anyway, we're going to be walking home for a while with this army, and that'll give us a chance to see if there's anything that can stand up to it. I mean, maybe there is. But we do need to get towards Lightning Strike, because before long, it's going to be Grimgore, the last of the foes, the last of the gang with a huge axe in his hand. He'll be the last of our enemies to perish for sure. But I do have to say that this is just about as fun as any campaign I've ever had. I've been having the most fun lately in Total Warhammer 3. A lot of good stuff. All right, so hopefully, because if they move on us here, yeah, I mean, are they fire weak? No, I don't think so. Well, you know, we'd see how it goes if they catch us, but hopefully we won't get caught out. All we have to do is hold on here at home, but we might just go like ambush here. We could get that weird Dreadquake, but I don't know, it's very expensive. I think it shoots like the army ability Dreadquakes, which I'm pretty sure I could find a way to do wrong. Alright, so we just have the Greasus War, really, because the Dwarves are toast. I don't think they have anything. Yeah, they're going to have to run into us at the end turn and die. Poor Dawi. Well, you know, at least I, like, restored the Karazhan Core-ish in a Malachi run a few runs ago, which was a very wonderful, very beautiful thing. So he is just, like, raiding here. Good for him. Ooh. That's pretty good, huh? So he gets a Dragon Ogre Shaggoth, and this is a thing that lets you get -1 construction time for all buildings in local province. -1 turn, like always, but that's very nice indeed. You know, we'll and now, can we reach? Yes, now the trap is set. Because we know that coming out of March will be another army. I think we have to go to March here. But yeah. Because we do have, in this army, we have the Soul of Damnation, which is a very spicy, very wonderful hell cannon. It's real good. I don't think it has 40 ammo. I don't know. We won't run out of that. The Soul of Damnation will principally use it to shoot at lead belchers, and then we'll try to have just a very, very huge front, so that our hobgoblins will be able to shoot at the giants. It's gonna be a weird fight, but we have to do it. No, there's a lot of tools our faction has against ogres, and none of them are present in these armies. So, but first let's round up this here. And that is the destruction of Karazhan. The holds of the Dawi are no more. But, you know, we can't get emotional about it. After all, it's our fault that that's the case. Alright, it's time to get going home. We're, of course, in our defensive allies' land right now, so totally, totally safe. Well, as safe as you can be. We're not worried about Skrag. And Queek does have other wars right now. For example, he is at war with these guys. And as long as we have a common enemy and he doesn't perceive me as being a weakling, we'll probably be able to stay friends. But now we have to win this fight. Or just auto-resolve it. But it'll be interesting, won't it? Yes, it will. So I have this army ability, Dismember. Do they just do it as many times as they want? Maybe they do. I don't know how it works. Well, if we start noticing that happen all the time, then that's what's going on. All right, well, let's get to it. Thing is we do have Overcast to Final Transmutation access. So once we get the lead belchers down, there won't be anything to stop the Tauruses from doing funny stuff. Of course, both of our regiments of renown here, all three of them really, are made more for for dealing with other sorts of problems. So, you know, there's not going to be any infantry to need to deal with here. You know, we might not be able to do this. We might just crumble. I don't, you know, we might have thrown by not taking the auto-resolve. No, we can always just reload it. I'm not too proud. I mean, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably just eat the loss. It's sort of how I roll, but... But these guys here, these lead belchers, these are the ones we got to worry about. Because those are the ones that would be able to get rid of my... oh, yeah, that's a good shot. Of my, my guy in the sky. They've got other ranged units, but not that many. And my reinforcing lord, he also, you know, he's got way more archers than in this army. He also has the exact same mount that this guy has, so... Oh, my goodness! Alright, so they just got deleted with something. Oh, a Heaven's Thunderbolt thing. Well, you know, it could have went on something worse, right? But if they're gonna, like, if they're gonna let me tune up these lead belchers, I'm absolutely gonna take it. This is an ideal early thing. And sometimes, you know, sometimes they just walk right into your trap, right? And we don't really want them to run. We want them to stabilize their HP a little bit so that we can shoot them more, because if they run away, then we'll forget where they're at. But we can sort of, like, go up to the side. They only have the 2 lead belchers, right? Right. But they're getting in motion now, which is very frightening, right? Also, the hull cannon needs to book it backward a little bit. Are all these guys in motion? Because we need to make absolutely certain that they don't get here on the hobgoblins, and, you know, that they don't get, you know, into the veritable cookie jar. Now, we need to get a very huge final transmutation here. We're going to overcast it. Final transmutation does like 1,000,000 damage to everything it hits. That's the technical term, about 1,000,000. We do have a potion of healing here. Alright, we need to... No, it does it over time, but we need to pop down here on their guy, you know, it was a very good one. But they are running over the back line now, so that's not ideal. Please, please, please. Alright. Alright, so this sorcerer probably getting caught in a very bad fight. We do need to try to stabilize the back line, however. Such as it is. Armor of Contempt here in the front. Yeah, we need to... You know, losing the regiment around here wouldn't be, like, a terrible disaster. Oh, we needed enemy spellcaster to target with it. Well, that at least makes it more balanced than I thought. But I think now, with this horde coming in, we're going to be fine, right? Because all of a sudden... With this influx, then that hit, yeah. Perfect. You know, and this is why you don't want to auto-resolve. Just because it would be easier. You know, you might actually learn something. I mean, not you, I mean me. Whenever I say you, I mean me. But, you know, getting those lead belchers shot up, I maintain that it was a good thing to do early. You know, there's 4 of them there. They'd be doing a lot of work if we didn't do this. But what we do now is a wonderful, magnificent victory. Just what we wanted. And, you know, even though we got very beat up, I don't think we lost any, like, total units, which I think the auto might have made us do. And in any way... It's much more satisfying to prove to yourself that you can beat an army of ogre units. I mean, not a full one. Probably couldn't have beat a full one. And we needed 2 armies to do it. But what are you going to do, right? This is basically like 1 full army. And it did have 4 giants. You know, I don't know how many giants they normally have. And here, we've got lots of raw materials, so... Cedric gets a Lamasu, I think. So the Lamasu gives you, like, a couple shadow spells that are bound, and silences people that are around you. That's situationally quite good. But the Great Taurus gives you AP. And it's cooler looking. Alright, we are not getting very much armor. That is alright. Now, more levels to distribute. You know, once you get your final transmutation, now it's time to get your fodder levels in, right? Right. Because now, whatever armor Ogres has, you know, like, it's not, like, super close. And is he going to send his best one? Like, what's his prospects like? Oh, he's at war with service of the Conclave and all of my faction allies. So he thinks I'm a big threat to him, which, you know, now that he declared war on me, I am. And we're going to keep on selling Skrag all this land because, you know... Why don't we wait like a turn? I bet he'll have like way more money to buy it from me like next turn. Because he's been giving us just so much money for all of these previously dwarf holds. And, you know, Skrag being there, that'll be nice, you know, if Queek wants to stab us in the back. Because if Skrag, like, likes us a lot, and I think he's like, yeah, he really likes us now, so. We can probably just maintain that. We'll tell him that he's going to be, like, the real ogre once this is all said and done. Alright, I didn't ever even recruit this hero. Sure would have liked to. You know, I don't need to do that. Because what if they burn it down again, right? We gotta save our stuff up. We do want to build this. Which I guess we could rush with labor, because we do have a lot of labor here. The Howling Wastes don't need labor anymore, right? Yeah, we should just push all the labor here. No, these are the Howling Wastes. Yeah, we don't want to build the stuff there, though, until... Well, can he get there in a turn? No, he'd have to come up around the other way. Yeah. Because now he's already pushed back, right? But Grimgore's right here. How strong is Grimgore? He is strength rank 20. Deeply hostile. And perceives me to be his main threat in the world. Awesome. Good news. Well, you know, he is my victory condition, so good for him. You know, very perceptive. Alright, as we were saying, a good turn. Imminent rebellion, that's fine. I'm here to fight for this one this time. I wonder if we'll have any more battles like the one for Karazakrak, where we just get like 1,000, well, it was 1,200 or so kills. It was Drazhoath, who is just very, very balanced, right? I don't even know. Oh, it's an imminent rebellion. I'm like, I don't even see a second army. But they're going to go here so we can... Yeah, so they come across the water here. Or here. And I think the cliffs are too sheer to actually like get on the river and get up here. You might be able to do it there, but I doubt they would. So it's not like a quick way in or out, at least. And rebellions are free labor, so that's good. And we're just going this way. This way we'll be able to get rid of this and to be in a better position to stop them from coming inside again. But we need to take, you know, Ruins in and Pig Barter, because from Pig Barter, then we would be in a very good spot, you know, to not have them coming inside anymore. And we could build like a thing at the Sentinels, like an ambush guy, you know, something like that. Yeah, so we just have to occupy Loot Razor Sack, 30 more settlements, hold zone ground, and get rid of Grimgore's guys. So that'll probably happen sort of logically all at one time, I imagine. And then they give you a bunch of broken items right when you would mainly be stopping to play the game. Alright, but we... I'm eyeing this ever-burning helmet of Grungi because we can just throw that on, you know, the... It's just really good. These other ones are fine. I mean, 10% physical resist for all units in army. Direct damage for 3 units. I mean, that's very good. I think we're going to go for this ever-burning helmet of Grungi first, though. Because it looks like it's going to give flaming attacks and the blinded ability attack to all of your allies. And a negative 24/24 swing basically makes everything punch so far above their weight. I mean, that's... it's crazy. It turns a swordsman into a zombie, you know. I'm being a little bit too excessive in my praise. But anyway, yeah, so let's see what this battle is going to be. I have never done any of these quest battles before. I cannot imagine they're going to be able to stand up to me. So this is actually kind of funny. Because I was thinking, all right, you know, we're going to be going back to our lands. It's going to be wasting so much time. But actually, we're going to be able to spend the time getting these awesome artifacts. And then we're going to roll on up, like, with both of our angry little fists in the air and saying, like, hey, you've made a big mistake, buddy. Huge. All right, we're going to assume that they're going to flank us or something. This is a small map. This is a small map indeed. We've got crazy, crazy artillery. Infinite ammo. Good shooting for single target stuff, and of course, 4 dwarf warriors for the front line. I wish I had 8, but we've got sneaky gets to back them up, and that's good too. And then our cav in the back in case there's a flank, and then Drazhoath the Ashen, who is just such a champion. Just a real wonderful guy. Let's get to it. This Dwarf Lord is just like a dude, it looks like, you know. He is not holding up to this attack very well. There's got to be more than this. Obviously, we know that there's more coming, but equally, obviously, they're not having such a great time here. We just need to run away from the blasting charges, and we actually do... We do get a lot of benefit from that, and these miners get pretty tuned up, and yeah, actually get shattered. Wonderful. Alright, speaking of gyros, the Royal Dawi Air Force has arrived. Of course, they're not really going to love what we do here to them, because I think we might be the one thing that doesn't care about a brimstone gun, right? And they're all brimstone guns. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's so brutal. The granite guard just destroying them, and then far in the distance. All right, so no flank. If we don't have a flank and all we have to do is shoot at the Dawi with our amazing artillery, well, you know, it's a hard knock life. But yeah, I guess we're gonna do these quest battles. That's probably what we're gonna do for the rest of the stream then. But yeah, that's because we'll do like one a day and then just heal up. I mean, actually, depending on how we do on this, we might not need to heal up because all of these guys from so far away, what are they gonna do? Nothing. They do have some artillery, right? But they're gonna have to be. Yeah, we're just gonna back out a bit, get our barrier back up again. Because, of course, we have functionally infinite ammo. These things already have a lot. But, you know, we have enough to make each of these hell cannons shoot like a couple hundred times. Which I can't even believe I get to say that sentence. It's the most satisfying sentence in all of Warhammer. Just try it. Hell cannon. Hundreds of shots. It's got a ring to it. Oh, it certainly does. And this army is actually, you know, quite wonderfully situated for these foes. It's a very good generalist army anyway, right? Like, it has just enough punchy stuff, you know, it can deal with slayers or anything weird like that, because the sneaky gets are fine. Like, they're fine with all of this. They got good stats. They do good work. And Drazhoath getting tuned up a little bit, but really it was just buying time for just a devastating, a huge Flames of Asgore on an Ironbreaker unit. And it's time to do the thing where we notice what's on the field and run away from the Trollhammer Torpedo Iron Drakes. But we're about to hit the Ironbreakers, the elite of the Dwarven Infantry, and we're going to hit them with a 1, 2, 3, 4 shot from the artillery of the Dawi Czar. And it's really hard to make Ironbreakers break, but they are probably going to shatter under the weight of it. And they will have one more Ironbreaker on the field. We're going to try to pop these hammers with the Flames of Asgore. And it works. It's just brutal. This is the best quest battle I've done in my whole life. And all we're doing is living the singular Warhammer power fantasy. And what is that? To make your opponents run into a devastating stream of cannon fire while your wizard cackles in the air. That is what it is all about. If you didn't know, now you do know. But now it's time to go and deal with their artillery, which again, because they were so delayed in getting here, we've already softened up everything, and that's the other thing about the Iceforge Legion. Hell cannons are very good counter-battery artillery. They're very good at it. They're good at it because they are unbreakable, and it takes a whole lot of hurting to break one. Like, physically break one. They themselves are unbreakable. They won't run no matter what. Most artillery will, but not mine. And anyway, we We win, and we get this relic, which is going to be... It's really going to be something. And there's a couple more to get, and those are going to be very cool, too. And then we're going to be at the situation where we have to choose between the amazing stuff we have access to, which is the best part of a campaign. Short victory complete, indeed. And we get out of there with minimal damage to anyone. You know, if we would have had the Scarecrow banner, that would have been pretty good. We take the labor because we don't need to do it, like, right away. Alright, yeah, so there we go. Is it worth losing the restock? I mean, probably. We haven't ever ran out of ammo yet, right? I think one thing of restock is enough. And this is such a good ability, it's got to be worth it. If it's not, then I'll have to just recruit another hero to wear the restock. Because this, I think, is going to just be the madman. It's also going to protect us from enemy hero actions, which is nice. But 5 melee attack for everybody, great. Upkeep, great. This ability, it just sounds like it's going to be the madman. It seems like with him wearing that and running around, if we just have him in a blob of hobgoblins, they're going to be able to punch so far above their weight. And that'll also let us get up towards Lightning Strike on our way in. And that guy is just like, you know, he's having a time. He's not as impressed with what we've done as I am, but I'm very impressed by it, so he can, you know, he can stow his opinions elsewhere. But Skrag wants us to join war against Ireland. Well, I mean, we're not going to do it. I don't think they get, like, that mad about you not joining these little wars. I've never noticed. I think, like, in general, if the AI doesn't, like, threaten you about something, they just, like, it doesn't register if they approach you for a deal and then you go away. I sure hope that's true, because I've always behaved as if it is. Alright, so Greece is left. Now it's time to start building again. Yes, yes. Oh, we need the drill thing, don't we? Because yeah, we gotta have the drill thing. Because that lets us get the Chaos Dwarves, and we probably want to recruit a couple more of them, because we're eventually going to swap the Hobgoblin out, and then we'll probably leave him with that sweet Grungy item in there, even though we won't have a lot of artillery in the army, because I think that'll be worth, yeah. And a lot of, like, we do need just, like, a couple heroes to carry the amazing items for abilities and stuff here, right? But it's a new turn, and that means it's a new item to get out of one of these quests. Major Ancestor Relic of Grimnir. This one, movement range, defense spell resist, this ability, which has one use. I mean, like, that's fine. Vanguard, yeah. This seems better. Because replenishment in foreign territory is just generically amazing, and yeah, 10 phys resist, 5 melee defense. What's not to like? Let's go ahead and see what they have here. Looks like we'll be fighting ogres for this one, so that'll be different. Iron Blaster. Siege artillery with collision attacks. There are objectives on the map? That is different. Alright, so this is like a domination map. So we're gonna have to use all of our heroic principles that we've learned from a long life of watching competitive Total War. See if we can make this work, right? These things do massive amounts of armor piercing, armor sundering damage. I don't know how accurate they are. I hope they're not good, because I don't know how we're going to deal with them, because they have 6,000 HP and they're fast. Because we have an objective here at our home, and then this objective that we'll fight for, and then they'll be trying for that one or to get this one. But we can't cede our home objective. You know, you gotta. I'm actually like pretty psyched that this is a quest battle. It'll be more interesting than you often get. Alright, the good news is that that my artillery is capable of entirely deleting the Iron Blaster. Oh my god, is it ever broken. Man, good stuff. And now their leader's fighting my guy. Without knowing anything about him, I just figure he doesn't want any of this. And it looks like it's true. And now that their artillery is mainly dealt with, we're just going to get the sneaky gets in here and then start causing a menace. Because, of course, we now have his item, which is going to... No? Alright, we've awoken something, and now there's the Stonehorn of Morn. Alright. And I think the the lead belchers just like lit up my my front line, but you know, it might have been these Mornfang Cav. Oh no, oh no, oh, we're about to get so deleted. Oh my god. They're on the hell cannons. They broke through entirely. I don't know what's going on here, huh? I think we lose. I was not prepared. I was not prepared for how much they were going to bring on the battlefield. Here I was thinking I could literally fight anyone. Alright. Well, now we've killed their leader. Are we going to turn the whole thing around now? Alright, so I guess we're stabilizing here. What a bonkers fight. It's just so much that they put out on the battlefield, but I guess, you know, they're trusting you to be able to do it. And it is like a very great reward. You know, it's a major quest battle for, you know, they give it to you once you've got your endgame victory, but man oh man, I feel like I needed a better front line for it, because we are in the absolute dumpster here. Our army got very messed up, far worse than I thought it was going to. Do I lose my blunderbusses? Yeah, so the blinded works every bit as good as I had hoped it would. And it's probably the only reason we didn't just lose this thing. Alright, is there any other unbreakable trash out here? Why haven't I won yet? Yeah, there we go. You know, we were really trying to get on the points, and then we lost every single one of them. Yeah, you know, Ogres, because they just charge right through everything, they're a problem. There I go thinking that my army can stand up to anything. It can't even stand up to a generic ogre quest. But we get, you know, this ability that's gonna do good damage. You know, we got 5 defense for all the units and 10 fizz resist for all the units in the army is really, really good. We might put that into, like, one of the other armies eventually, but for right now, you know, it's in this one. Yeah, we're really doing pretty well here. And of course there, yeah, that's even better. So we have the fizz resist that's getting bigger in the army. I thought we had some. Oh, we don't have the red line tree. That's right. And it's ward save that gives them anyway. It's pretty good. Well, we'll probably never get the red line ones. I don't know if we have enough. No, it's 2 more levels puts us at 37. 6 more, 43, 44. Yeah. We'll have just enough. Just enough for everything we want. And we're not that far from home, right? Yeah, I mean, we're already home, you know. We're here at Crookback Mountain. They were going to have a rebellion, and now they're thinking differently about it. Drazhoath has returned. Alright, so we just want to sell this one to Skrag real quick. He should have more money now. Oh, well. And now Skrag has just, like, rather a lot of land here, you know, and more power to him. He loves us. We love him right back. And I guess, so we also got less raw material consumption and workload requirements. So in addition to the relics, which are very, very good. But we're gonna, you know, we're gonna see what's going on. We're getting an alright churn of armaments here, right? Like, and then we're gonna use this convoy and go where? Trollfjord? Yeah, why not? I don't really want to send that many armaments there. Who's the thing? Yeah, Bay of Blades. There we go. Money for labor, sure. Do we want the money? I mean, we've got plenty of money to go upside down for a while. I mean, at 50k, the fact that we're -2, I mean, if you can go for 20 turns, you're barely even theoretically negative in this game, right? Like, you gotta have a wider view of reality than all that. Wish I had that seat. But I guess we just hold on to it now and then hold up for like 600 and then Confederate Disciples of Hashut if they ever get. But I mean, that'll be in like 25 turns, so you know, we'll just keep on saving it and hopefully we won't need to spend it on anything else again, right? Speaking of not needing to do anything else, I believe that is all that we got to do for the turn. And when our army gets here, Greasus is going to be sorry, or not, you know, that he started all this. We'll find out which. And we're just teching up to this, which is going to give us, you know, cheaper Flames of Asgore. And we might just go there for tons of wins everywhere. It's 50 influence to get this one, but it's important enough to do. And hopefully the Lord of Metal was somewhere in that tree. I didn't really look. No, it's over here. Well, you know. That was an army entirely composed of archers, which actually is terrifying. Nah, we probably could have done it. Gets the Lamasu, goes right back to the Great Taurus. The Bale Taurus is better, but you know, at least I think the Bale Taurus is better. Yeah, it's obviously better. More hit points, more damage, more stats, more speed. I'm so reticent to spend anything, but maybe it would be worth doing. Because I guess we could build a bunch of these and then we could get the heroes, but you know, it's, I don't know. I've never played this faction before. It's going fine. It's going fine. I just get a little overwhelmed by the choices, but we're going to be able to get some more heroes, fill up these armies. Principally for, like, good abilities. You know, throw a restock in there. And then see about where we want to go with these armaments, right? We might just do, like, some Chaos Dwarf Warriors, just like a few more. Not that they did great in those battles, but hey, you can't judge them by that alone. And Drazhoath the Ashen has returned in glory. You know, maybe we'll give one magma cannon to a different army. We don't really need 2 plus the Iceforge Legion. We probably don't even need 1 plus the Iceforge Legion, but it's still very nice to have. No, I think we just leave it alone. We might need an army up there. Because we don't need... Yeah, support army here is great. We don't need this army, the one that's got like some good stuff around here too. It's totally fine for it to go up here now. And either, you know, harry at the foe there, or just stand up here and send a message to Elspeth, who's on our border, that we won't be pushed around. Hey, Luke. Yes, yes. Oh, and better than that, so we got a short victory, which apparently lets you access these quest battles, which is why our army's beat up, but we won 2 of them. You probably already know what they are. The ever-burning helmet of Grungi. This thing is so good. Oh my god, this thing is so good, dude. And then we got this little healing salve of Valaya, too, that's, 5 defense for everything, 10 phys resist, dark and mist ability, enemy replenishment. Like, it's just very good. There's a third quest also, but I didn't do it quite yet. I was thinking nothing can happen to me, but then, like, man, fighting the ogres was rough. I think the demons will be significantly easier than the ogres were. The ogre fight was crazy. I almost lost it, I thought, but we were probably pretty far from losing it. I think a whole lot of balance of power is tied up in Drazhoath, and I don't appreciate how much. But yeah, we got an army up here that we fought. It had like 4 giants and, like some gorgons, like all sorts of fun stuff, but we ended up popping it. We want to hopefully be able to get to that camp, so if you can't see us, that'll help. And having an army up here will also make Grimgor think, not twice, not once, that's not the right number of times either. He might notice us before he does something about it. I shouldn't have said think. No, that's not fair. Grimgor is a thinker. Say the main issue with any Dwarf campaign is always be very difficult to create safe borders for yourself. Yeah. Just thinking about the different starting positions, I can see it. I'm like, man, would it be worth it? And now that I'm saying it, of course it would. You could have the most fun ever and go on a little campaign. You abandon your lands here and then you move down to the Tower of the Sun Islands and then you just have like your Chaos Dwarf pirates. You've got these islands that are so far from everywhere that literally no one is ever going to go there. And then you can do anything you want. Yes, that's the way. Okay, we're probably not going to do that right after this, but someday, that's going to be what we do. Also, good evening. Oh, it's already midnight. Alas. I'm going to start talking calmer and then get away with playing past my bedtime. Oh, and we got very good items besides that. Picked up a couple more talismans of preservation. Got the other trickster shard. Just got our lore of Hashut. Minus 10% wins of magic costs, so that's good. I don't think we need desert and swamp attrition immunity. I just don't think we do. And we destroy a camp, which is like a devastating thing to an ogre. It doesn't seem like much, but it is. And I don't know like anything about ogre campaign mechanics, but I don't think they love losing units. Like I think it's a little bit annoying to get a bunch of them again. They don't have like caps or anything, I don't believe, but I did also, I had my first fight with the Iceforge Legion. It's everything I wanted. A tower in Galleon's graveyard. Basically also do that, but imagine it would be merely difficult to do at the start, but Because again, once you get to where you're going, if it's defensible, your Chaos Dwarfs, you can do literally anything you want. You get the raw materials, you get the labor out in the world wherever you are, and if you have an essentially unbeatable I'm the king of the world army, which you can get, whether or not I'm good enough to get when I'm... You know, there's a lot of ways to doom stack or whatever in the world, but it's a starting migration. Yeah, that's fair. Because it's very far away, right? You would just, I mean, you could mod it, but at that point, you know. I like the idea of changing start position for, like, lore-friendly reasons or for interest, but not to just give yourself a place that no one can mess with you. I mean, unless, you know, I do like the idea of some other pirate starting there. I'm like, hi, I'm Araness Assault Spite. You may know me from my other work, but really my passion is the Galleon's Graveyard. You know, that kind of thing. Alright, so the thing is that Gordas is so good, but we'll be able to get like a Bull Centaur Toruk or something. Because if we just... These Hobgoblin units are great, right? They are. And I like them in the army. But if we just had more warriors that just don't run, you know, and then somebody else had this guy and all of this craziness, then that would just be very much better. Because... We'll take the Helmet of Grungi off of him. I mean, we might put it into the other army. We might. Blinded is it's just crazy. It's just insane that that's an item. I can't believe I didn't know that it was an item. It's one of the best items I've ever seen. By the time you get there as anyone, you've established yourself already. Exactly. Or fetch the priority killing nearby scab infection. So it'd be smart to start with going south, especially Emmerich, and take the Dragons, your start position. Yeah, but you know them, they would burrow right after you. But, you know, at least I still have my Army of Contempt and my casualty rate, right? And he just took my Dreadquake battery. Oh, what a guy. The thing is here is you don't, like, really want Queek to take land over here. I mean, it's fine, but he's kind of doing too well for comfort, isn't he? Well, Skarbrand will be mad about Queek, right? Nope, Skarbrand likes Queek. Well, the thing is that we don't... I mean, Queek's not that strong, he's just a scavenge. We got Skrag. You know, all the work we did... I mean, it's fine. Just that Elspeth's in the mountains here. Which is better than Greenskins. I mean, yeah, because we could just beat up on her for a while and get her to take peace or not. I don't know how Elspeth acts. I've never dealt with her. All right, so all the hobos we've got here are very elite, so I don't want to just, like, delete them. We're going to trade them over. And probably one magma cannon, and then we'll spend a couple of turns getting my guys here, because, well, we could rush here and then get Infernal Guard, which are, I mean, alright, how are they different than regular warriors? More leadership, more armor, more health, more defense, more weapon strength. Alright, just better in every way. Got it. They're the Longbeards. They're just better in every way, but it's not the end of the world to not have them, because 90 leadership and 85 armor is already pretty good. Alright, so we throw our armaments into getting more warriors. Feels wrong, don't care. Don't know about Infernal Guard, love the Fireglaves. Yeah, they're just at tier 4, right? And we'll sink like all of our labor into it, depending on how it goes, but Draz does buff them personally. They get a huge bonus per infantry for Infernal Guard and Infernal Firesworn. So yeah, I mean, that would make it better, right? 15 bonus for infantry would make it a massive difference in power. But which also, like, 15 bonus for infantry plus, because they have like bonus for large, but it's just 5. But like, that's huge AP though. I mean, big AP anyway. I would like to use Fireglaves. Once we win this war, we'll finally. I'm not gonna talk about it. Alright, ITP, physicist, blah blah blah. Nope, this is the one. Okay, so 10% campaign movement range. Crazy. Vanguard, great. 10% speed, great. And Wayfarer. What? That's really, really good. And, okay, so they get this thing for Guardian that gives them that, or they can become an agent. Sure. Or they can get Murderous Charge, which makes them chargy. And gives them more attack and weapon strength. So maybe that one, actually. Because Guardian, this guy's going to be hanging out in the army with Drazhoath, so I don't think we'll need to worry about that. He didn't confess my August on Pig Bar. You said kill them and sell land degrees. Yeah, you know, that would have been good. But we'll be able to give him the knapsack. And then, yeah, we'll give him Fire Breath? We don't need infinite ammo on any one guy. Alright, there it is. I guess we can throw these weird things on him right now. Because we're about to lose old Gordas in this battle, in this line of battle, which is a shame because I really like him, but he'll be very good in a secondary army. And this guy can be, you know, our roaming anti-large dude who also carries good items. Very good hero actually. I guess they have a proper assassinate thing, so then oh yeah. Okay, yeah. because 15% generic action success plus having an assassinate, yeah, and then they still get specialists like everybody. Yeah, very good. All right, living metal made flesh, so ward saving stuff. They get terror, frenzy. Yeah, awesome. Love it. I love a character like this. And this guy has the thing to speed things up now. Do we rush construction here? No, I don't think so. Alright, anyway. Drazhoath will meet up with these guys next turn, and then we'll hand over the armies and stuff. We could start it right now. We can't afford a 4th army. You don't need a full 4th army, though. Well, this army's actually going to get much more expensive, though, isn't it? Right? Because we're going to be cutting down 7 units of gobos and a free hero. Ah, well, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out when it happens, right? But yeah, from what I've seen there, Torok looks like it might be some of the best hero action characters in the game. So we go here, take Karakazorn, and then sell it to Grimgor. That would be funny. This is a very aggressive move. We don't have, like, vision here, right? But if we just gamble that he's not home, yeah, it works. And we could just raise it also. It's just a level 1 thing, but, like, yeah, we could just, like, burn it down if we want. Because I don't think we want to sell it to Grimgor. I don't think we want to help Grimgor at all. I mean, I know more than think. Grimgor's Grimgor. We should be able to deal with them, probably. Probably. I missed the Black Fortress. It was good. It was a good place. Alright, so now the big handover. We give him Gordas. And then, does it even need cutthroats? I mean, sneaky gets are just better, right? Yeah. One hobgoblin. I quite like having one. You know, they can do something. I mean, I don't need one though. Trade it for one of the lower level ones, and yeah. All right, and the magma cannon. You know, one sneaky get. No. Yeah, we're gonna Drazhoath, we're going for like full Dwarfs. I certainly and you know like all the spice, right? You know, maybe some Bull Centaur renders. You know, maybe to to run around with the Bull Centaur Toric that's going into the army. You know, maybe we'll because I like Bull Centaur renders. You know, but I certainly want to get Kadai and Destroyer. You know, like we gotta get like the big things. One level away from Lightning Strike, which is of course precisely right on time. You know, this thing couldn't have gone better if I'd planned it. And yeah, we'll just leave the Grungy thing here. Now this guy does need, you know, the Hobo Goblin army. We need more variety, right? We need much more of these Wolf Riders with spears. Although really, you know, looking at these numbers, I think, oh, those are Oglinken's Warboys. That was a bad thing. Those aren't the numbers. I'm like, man, they look like identical. But even like juiced here, like 45 charge, like that's good light cavalry out of these skirmishers. They're great light cavalry when you know they have that, but I just we might just go with a bunch of Wolf Raiders because they have a ton of ammo too. Just like, you know, get like 6 of these. I should get rid of this building now. We should research one more Bull Centaur render so we can hang out in another army. That's right here. Yeah, it only takes 3 turns. Alright, I mean, we could just build another one of these over here or something, right? Yeah, all it would take is a ton of effort. Is it... Do we really need another one for another army, though? I mean, I guess not. Plus, we'll be less able to protect the other ones in another army. Yeah, the skirmish cav get all the buffs from him, so they get the charge, they get the attack and the defense and the leadership and all that, but then they also get the ammunition and the missile strength buff. So everything that he does hits them. Like, you look at his abilities and it's just like, oh, that's good. It's like, oh, that's good. He actually, like, they're so extensive that his abilities buff the people that run the Hobgoblin bolt throwers also. So like their melee attack gets buffed by 9 by him, you know, so like eventually, and you know, their melee defense. So it ends up being, okay, and they get 25 missile resist as well. So they end up being very, very solid. All right. So he's right there, but he is recruiting, which means he can't stop me from doing this. And, you know, he might think I'm just being annoying, but this is about sending a message, right? Because this army now is totally fine. Bunch of Sticky gets, it's too many hobo archers, but of course, like I said, we can fix it. And then Drazhoath can go home and spend like 3 turns spending a ton of money. But we got a thing for increased building speed on Fazbelk here, and then... Oh. Arcane item that gives you Frostbite and 20 Fizz Resist. Pretty good. If you want to really do it, you'd raise all the way from the raise all again. That would be very funny. Well, not a waste of time. It is about sending a message, after all. He's got Chaos Dwarf Warriors with great weapons and 2 Orc Laborers. Imagine... Oh, and a Blunderbuss, you know. No wonder this guy's army's so good. Imagine being those Chaos Dwarves. They're like, wait, you want me to go work for... for whom? For whom? You know, we don't really need a Taurus. I would go so far as to say we don't need one at all. Alright, so Gorse is just like having a party over here. Actually, would be nice to have Queek take Pig Barter for that reason, huh? Give us a little barrier. And it actually connects to his own lands there, so... Do you need another blunderbuss? No, I never even used the one right. Yeah, this is the island chain I was talking about. The eastern colonies, the eastern isles, yeah. Because there's those, but yeah, this is where the weirdo ones are, and there's like a thing here, and then there's there and there and there. That was what I was originally talking about, rather than going to the Dragon Isles. Because it's like, it's over here in the middle of nowhere, and no one ever goes there. Like, it's a huge headache. And you can, like, go and mess with Lustria or the Southern Chaos things, but it's still, like, it's far enough away to where, like, if you just had an agent out here in the water, you'd be able to see him from years away. You could like smash up these guys here and then go and then just, you know, run through and bounce on over if you wanted. In auxiliary, yeah, an honorable position, and then you're like, wait, did I insult him? Alright, we don't really have enough labor to rush a bunch of these buildings. Yeah, I just don't see the timeline where we can. I don't see the timeline where we can even get a good army before we beat the game. Unless we just sit here for turns on end. Of course, probably gives good labor. Yeah. Yeah. Guess we'll just do that. I don't know. I don't know. This all feels so stupid. I should not before bed. I'm not talking about how annoyed I am at what I did earlier before bed. I should have my big scary pretty fire demons and I don't, and it's really annoying and it's all my fault. And it's literally going to take like 20 turns because it happened like so long ago. It's going to take so long, just an eternity, to put things back where they were. Oh well. Time to win the game on tier 1 units. Starting army, tier 1 units, and then regiments of renown. No, and one tier 2 artillery piece. Oh, whatever. They were like a melee unit, and I could get like 400 kills with them. They were so cool. Such a bummer. Aranessa pays me $3 grand for peace. Yeah, very well, I accept. Kinda forgot we were at war with her. the Beyblades. We already went there. We get like some stuff, and of course, like vampires are so bad at fighting. They aren't, but they are though. That was careless. We're gonna just try to pull him into an ambush here. So Greases is here. He's got a huge army of huge guys. And then he's got a backup army of a huge army of huge guys. Of course, I do have Lightning Strike. No, I'm a level shy of Lightning Strike. I don't have Lightning Strike at all. Well, let's see how it goes. Because if he wants to mess with me here, I'll just burn this down from right over here. They failed to spot my ambush. Well, you know what that means. This will be the last battle of the day, and we'll be cackling. We will be cackling. No, I gotta not cackle. After all, it's a little late for me to be cackling. Alright, so we got them in an ambush. They're locked in here with me. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. And of course, they're going to charge this way, but, you know, how's that going to go? Should have just autoed it, probably. Are they going to escape? They might. Yeah, definitely should have put it somewhere else, huh? That's funny. I've done this before, haven't I? Pigback riders, they're anti-large. I mean, we don't have too much to worry about, but you don't want to be careless. I'm like, I actually might die here, huh? No, probably not. Yep, definitely very dumb deployment, but we can Flames of a Shit right here. Entertainingly, yeah, you know, not auto-resolving this makes the ambush basically not work at all. Because they run, but they don't take enough model damage, right? So at the end of their turn, they're going to replenish anyway. But no, they got ambushed, so do they lose their units? I don't remember how it works. But anyway, one thing we can convincingly say is that he's going to be sorry that he did that. Because he kind of wanted this army to back up the other one, so... And then we'll go back into full form. Yeah, so we should have autoed it. Jiaming wants money. We're going to give it to him. Because I bet we can delay him attacking us for a little while. Yeah, if we would have autoed that... Yeah, let's just go back in time. There's no... It was very dumb to not auto-resolve that. That's, you know, that's a problem in the game design, though, is that if you auto-resolve, they never get to run away at all. And so it rewards you for not playing. Because very often, you know, you just physically can't stop them. You know, and this happened in my Cathay campaign. I took a fight because I wanted to fight it because it would be interesting. And then the after effects of that were that the armies that were attacking me got to retreat. They weren't hurt at all because of very hard difficulty. And then I ended up like having to go back in time a couple of turns because I wanted to have fun. Like right there. Now that guy's gone. He dies in the battle. He loses his whole army. And now everything is dramatically different. And anyway, that's why you're supposed to auto-resolve a bunch of stuff. But it's just so boring. Like, who wants to play right when that's the cost? And yes, I did level up enough for Lightning Strike. And this dude's already just like having a great time, right? Yeah, he's having the best time. Let's fuse some of these items together, shall we? And get more items that we won't want. And then blue items that we don't want. And then we fuse them into Mad's map. And then we'll salvage it for money. Yeah, that's a way to do things. Most of the time when you fuse rare stuff together, you get trash. But sometimes you get something good. Talisman of Preservation? Yeah. Better than Bones in the Maw, for sure. And now we're gonna make Greasus chase us around, like how the AI does to you. We're gonna do that to him. We're gonna push through his lands, and he's gonna not be able to do anything about it. So there. I'm gonna get my Kadai. We're not too far off from level 20, which will give us some mortality, which is very good, obviously. Obviously, it's good to be immortal. If you didn't know that, now you know. How far from compared to the others? Pretty far. Oh, wow. Okay, well. This might be the end of this dude. I would say it almost certainly is going to be. Yeah, I don't think I can win this fight. Yeah, these things will just go all the way through my front line and it'll just fold. And will you lose all of our amazing items? Yeah, I guess you just, I was dumb. Shouldn't have moved away. Oh well. Stupid. I know I can't beat ogres. Why did I ever split up? Stupid. And after all of that, that dude is now doesn't exist anymore, and all of that work to get a good lord is gone. What a waste. Alright, now that we burned his house down, I'll go to bed. Anyway. What a waste. I spent a lot of time getting that dude to level, what, 18? 19? So close. If I had left it at home, he would have been fine. What a waste. Well, anyway. The war's going fine. We lost an army, and we're probably going to get a campaign victory before we get to do anything cool. But Cinder Breath is very cool, and Artillery is very cool, and it'll give me plenty to look forward to in another Chaos Dwarf campaign where I'll try not to lose all my stuff repeatedly. We'll see how that works out. Oh well. But anyway, that's all I've got for you right now. It could have gone better. It went fine. The campaign's going fine. It's just there's a lot of big setbacks. Or at least it feels like they are. There are, even if there aren't. We didn't lose, like, one of the ancestor relics. We might. You know, I'm really bad and incredibly careless, so we might. But, anyway. It's a good thing my lord's overpowered, or I would have lost this campaign a long time ago. Yeah. Don't guess it matters, right? He's always going to be this good at fighting, so this campaign will always be able to go this way. You know, just stay alive, and it doesn't matter if you lose all of your cool stuff forever. In a way, it's freeing. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you've enjoyed me complain. If you have, well, look forward to more of that in the future. I'm super, super good at complaining, but, you know... Good night. Good night, Luke. Thanks for hanging out. And yeah, I work tomorrow. Probably wake up and play this again because I'm not satisfied enough with the disappointment I feel in myself. I've got to have more. Anyway, see ya.